AIDS 410. Welcome to Module 4. Things seem to be buzzing along real nicely. I like some of the projects, most of the projects that you've all thought of and are looking at. And speaking of that, let me just get right into what's happening here. I want us to start really focusing on the second word in the title of the class, problem solving for social change, okay? So every time you picture that, picture it in bold, okay? Problem solving, okay? Again, it's not problem awareness. It's not problem self-enlightenment, right? It's problem solving for social change, all right? So this week, you're going to be putting together what is supposedly a literature review, a review of literature. It's called different things. Typically in research papers and things at university level, they would require you to have, good Lord, at least 10 sources, I guess. We're not going to do that here. However, I want to point out a conflict in the instructions where I don't want anybody to get bogged down by, all right? And that is that they talk to you about what you do for the short paper assignment, conduct research on your topic. You're going to be looking at previous attempts at addressing the problem you chose, okay, the opportunity for social change. So you can identify gaps. You can find out what worked, what didn't work, right? And then to make your recommendation on something. So remember that you will need at least 4 sources that represent diverse perspectives to support your project in the course, okay, in this course. 4 sources. The rubric will say 1. The instructions say 4, okay? I need you to have 4. You can't do a lit review without multiple sources because you need different points of view, not just one. We're not just following one previous attempt. I've been trying to get the curriculum department to change that, and they're moving very slowly, okay? So just remember, it does say, and I don't write these instructions either, so remember that you will need at least 4 sources that represent diverse perspectives. Now, what are those sources and where do you find them? I'll tell you where you find them. You go to the Shapiro Library, okay, for Southern New Hampshire, all right, and you go to the library and you have a search bar, okay, and let's say you're doing it on community gardens, okay? I don't think anybody is, that's why I'm going to use that. Community gardens. And I'm going to open that search up, and what I'm going to see then is, please stand by. Please wait while we transfer you to EBSCO Information Services. Okay, we're coming up at 9,617,000, blah, 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 blah. All right, filters, electronic full text, peer-reviewed, scholarly, very important, okay? Now we're down to 802,000, so only 1/10 of those were peer-reviewed. So you're going to look at this, and here, like the first one comes up, growing together, unveiling the potential of school-based community gardens to foster well-being, empowerment, and sustainability. Boom, there's something about it there. You go through these, experimental urban commons, re-examining urban community food gardens in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm not adverse to international focus because they might be doing something that we're not doing here, such and such. So in defense of urban community gardens, there's a number of sources here, all right? Stick with the library, please. You'll be rewarded not only in points, but in credibility of your paper and feel good about it. If you start coming in with New York Times, Forbes, HoustonCron.com, anything with the .com. .com stands for commercial. Commercial means revenue. Revenue means bias, okay? If you come in with blogspot or blog, that's no good, okay? It's just somebody writing something, okay? Editorializing. Keep your sources scholarly and get them online here. The full text is online. It's free. You don't have to worry. Don't go to Google Scholar, whatever, those things are going to be behind paywalls. You're going to get the same thing here, and it's not going to have a paywall. I'm emphasizing that. I cut to the chase here about lit reviews. I want to make sure you got that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please set up a call with me. I've been talking to students every week so far, and I'm sure I think everybody's left my calls by saying, that guy's crazy. No, they're saying that, but they're also pretty happy with, I think, what we've come to in terms of help for their paper, right? So make sure you look at that, because you're going to be looking at previous attempts, identify potential strategies. Look at the rubric. There are bolded words in each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things, right? It'll say then provide at least one resource. Again, I want 4 because instructions say 4. Can't do a lit review with 1. You just can't, okay? That's like a book review or something. It's not right. So please give me 4, all right? And then, but use subheadings. Again, you can bold, okay? Previous attempts, go into it. Use your sources, use your citations. And then identify gaps, use your sources, use your citations, right? Number 3, identify potential strategies. Again, sources, citations. Number 4, evaluate potential strategies, etc. Down, recommend strategies, one of them. Provide justification for why the strategy was chosen. Again, here we're talking, yes, it's wonderful if it's something that you can do. That's what I'm shooting for here, okay? I just don't want you to go too far overboard. Like if you recommend a strategy for solving the Israel-Gaza war, I mean, it's just ideal pie in the sky stuff. Recommend something, bring it down a little bit, okay? And and again, I've talked about this strategy that I tried to get the student to do when she wanted to do it on that Israel-Gaza. I said, well, you can go in your community, like we have here in Tempe, Arizona, and you have a mosque next door to, I don't know if it's a Catholic church or what, but they're right next door to each other. Now, are there any interfaith things going on? Is there, and it could be a, obviously temple, mosque, any interfaith things where people are getting together and you're trying to make peace among people and have that ripple effect out. Because you're not going to solve Gaza, Israel at the moment, that's for sure, all right? So make sure you look at that, all right? Make sure your formatting's good. You guys are really good at it. Keep it up, APA formatting. If you have a problem, let me know. All right, now I'm going to skip back to some of the pages in this that are really important to read. There's about social issues and activism. What's the difference between a social issue and social change? Very good. Read this. It's excellent. I love it. Also, there is a video under the resources that you'll find, and I'll post that video also just to be sure you see it in the announcement. It's going to be how to use research to recommend a strategy. That's a 2.5-minute video put out by Southern New Hampshire for the IDS 410 class. Can't ask for more than that, right? I mean, that's very specific. It'll help you contextually to figure out, how you're going to decide on what you decide on, right? I might post a couple other links again to kind of, yes, it's maybe for my own credibility, kind of trust me, but I've got a link, if I can find the one with the full picture from Arizona State University that when they did an article about me, about my work with the refugee community. And again, it's social progress in a local way that has a ripple effect in the future, right? So I try to walk the talk here. I'm not just trying to say, do as I say, not as I do. Make sure that recognize it's kind of an off balance because Module 3, we have a 75-point discussion and a 50-point paper. That's 125 points. That's a grade and a quarter, okay? Grade level and a quarter of a 1,000-point class. This Module 4 Lit Review is 50 points. It's a half a grade, but it's very important in the context in the context of your entire paper because you're going to use these at the end, put these all together, okay? And the Lit Review is going to stand out to me as, did you do your homework here? Did you look at that, you just didn't say, well, based on my life, I'm going to do this. No, you need to look around, look at others. That's what actual research is. in university level, taking a look at what out there, what exists, improving on it, adding a teaspoon to the ocean of knowledge. It's fine. You're adding. You're not just self-enriching. You're not analyzing. You're not saying researching and not researching. So you're not looking at, because these are words we've been using a lot, and I expect it. All right. So we're going to get away from that. We're going to focus on problem solving for social change. All right. Make sure you follow the rubric. Again, it tells you what to submit. Any issues, no cover pages, please, but do a good reference list. You're getting better at it every week. And I think you'll be happy to know it. Someday you might go to grad school, even if you don't plan out right now. And if you do, get ready. You're going to have to format papers like you don't believe. And you're going to be reading and writing, and that's all you do. So enjoy that. I think that's all I have. Let me see. I think that's it. Go through the material. Get a hold of me if you need anything. My week is my week. I'm always available. Okay? Have a good one. Have a great Sunday. Peace.